Now that we've explored the structure of the incisive question process, let's look at a few examples in action. Each example begins with a limiting assumption, a belief that subtly constrains how a person is thinking or what they believe is possible. By identifying that assumption and replacing it with a liberating one, we can see how the wording of a single, well-crafted question can completely shift perspective. As you listen to each example, notice how precise the language is, how the question doesn't offer advice or solutions, but instead clears the path for the thinker's own mind to find its next step. These examples will help illustrate the real power of an incisive question, not in telling, but in freeing. Background context. The thinker feels blocked about applying for a leadership role in their organization. The listener's role is to create a thinking environment and guide them through incisive questioning. Step 1. Establishing the thinking focus.
What would you like to think about today, and what are your thoughts on it?
I want to think about whether I should apply for this leadership position that's just opened. I keep hesitating.
Step 2. Encouragement to think freely.
Take your time. What more do you think or feel or want to say?
Well, part of me knows I have the experience and skills, but another part keeps saying I'm not the type of person who gets picked for these roles.
Step 3. Spotting the limiting assumption.
What are you assuming that is stopping you?
I guess I'm assuming that because I'm quieter and more reflective, the panel won't see me as strong enough to lead.
Step 4. Identifying the assumption's effect.
And what is the effect of that assumption on your thinking?
It makes me feel like I shouldn't even try. It shuts down my motivation and creativity.
Step 5. Exploring the opposite liberating assumption.
If you knew that being reflective and thoughtful could be exactly what this organization needs in a leader, how would you feel?
Honestly, that would change everything. It would make me feel that I bring something valuable and unique to the role.
Step 6. Creating the incisive question.
So what if the truth is not that being reflective disqualifies you, but that it could be one of your greatest leadership strengths? What would you do then?
If that were true, I'd apply right away. I'd actually feel excited, not anxious.
Step 7. Deepening the thinking.
So what more do you think or want to say now?
I think I've been trapped by a very old idea of what a leader looks like. Loud, forceful, extroverted. But the truth is, some of the best leaders I've admired were exactly the opposite. I'm realizing that my quieter style doesn't disqualify me. It might actually be my edge.
Step 8. Breakthrough and action.
Given that new awareness, what will you do?
I'm going to apply, and this time I'll highlight the strengths of being reflective, empathetic, and thoughtful in my application.
Why this works? The listener's questions uncovered the limiting assumption. Quieter people can't lead. By gently surfacing and challenging it, the listener invited the thinker to replace it with a liberating assumption. Reflective leadership can be powerful. The incisive question then opened the door to new, energized thinking and an actionable next step. Let's look at another example of using incisive questions. Background context. The thinker is feeling blocked about speaking up in senior meetings. They often hold back their ideas. The listener uses incisive questions to uncover and dismantle a limiting assumption. Step 1. Starting the thinking.
What would you like to think about, and what are your thoughts?
I want to think about why I struggle to speak up in senior meetings. I often have good ideas, but I keep them to myself.
Step 2. Encouraging expansion.
Take your time. What more do you think or feel or want to say?
I think I'm worried that if I speak, I'll say something stupid or people will think I don't really know what I'm talking about.
Step 3. Identifying the assumption.
What are you assuming that stops you from speaking up?
I'm assuming that if I say the wrong thing, people will judge me and I'll lose credibility.
Step 4. Noticing the effect.
And what is the effect of that assumption on your thinking?
It shuts me down. It makes me second guess myself so much that I just stay quiet.
Step 5. Exploring a liberating alternative.
If you knew that your colleagues actually value hearing your perspective, even if it's not perfect, how would that change your thinking?
That would make me feel more confident. I'd feel freer to contribute.
Step 6. Crafting the incisive question.
So, here's the incisive question. If it's not true that speaking imperfectly makes you look incompetent, but instead true that your contributions add value precisely because they bring your unique perspective, how would you act?
If that's true, then I'd speak up. I'd stop editing myself so much and trust that my ideas are worth sharing.
Step 7. Generating new thinking.
And what more do you think now?
I think I've been holding on to an old belief that credibility comes from being flawless. But actually, credibility comes from engaging, contributing, and helping the team. If I stay silent, I don't help anyone.
Step 8. Breakthrough and next step.
Given that new understanding, what will you do?
I'll commit to speaking at least once in the next meeting, even if my thought isn't perfectly formed. That way I can practice this new way of thinking.
Why this example works. The limiting assumption was, if I speak imperfectly, I'll lose credibility. The incisive question replaced it with, what if my contributions are valued because they add perspective, not because they're flawless? This opened new possibilities, led to a breakthrough, and ended with a clear action. Well, that comes to the end of this presentation series. We hope you enjoyed it. See you on the next one.